Hello. As a doctor who has spent over 30 years helping older adults preserve and sharpen their vision, I have dedicated this channel to sharing practical, natural habits that support eye health after 60. Today we're going to dive into a topic that is just as powerful as our previous discussions, but a little different. We're going to talk about 3 specific herbs that have been studied, time-tested, and proven to support aging eyes. And to be completely honest with you, these aren't exotic, hard-to-find remedies. These are herbs that many of you might already have in your kitchen, or can easily find at your local store or pharmacy. But most importantly, they work. For seniors who are tired of watching their vision slowly fade, these 3 herbs might just be the hope you've been searching for. You see, vision loss doesn't always come with flashing warning signs. It creeps in quietly. Do you find yourself struggling to read the road signs on your daily commute? Do the faces across the dinner table seem a little blurrier than they used to? Is it getting harder to see the small things like the medicine label, the phone screen, or the newspaper headline? Does this sound familiar at all? I understand how that feels. The quiet frustration, the fear of losing your independence, the worry about becoming a burden to your loved ones. But here's a truth that no one talks about enough. Your eyes are not done. Even after 60, even after 70, you can still protect your vision, and in many cases improve it. And that's what today's video is all about. We'll explore 3 powerful herbs that support better blood flow to your eyes, protect against age-related damage like AMD and glaucoma, and help your visual system recover naturally. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you care about your vision or someone else's, consider subscribing so you don't miss future guides like this. All right, let's get into the first herb, the one that helps unlock healthy blood flow and deliver oxygen straight to your eyes. Ginkgo biloba, the blood flow booster. Let's start with Ginkgo biloba, one of the oldest herbal remedies in the world, and still one of the most powerful for aging eyes. Now, most people think of ginkgo as a brain booster, and yes, it's well known for helping memory. But what many don't realize is that ginkgo's ability to enhance blood flow makes it a critical ally for your vision, especially if you're over 60. Here's why that matters. Your eyes rely on a dense network of microscopic blood vessels, especially in the retina, the light-sensitive tissue at the back of your eye. This is where the magic of seeing happens. Every image, every word, every face, you recognize it all starts with the retina capturing light and sending it through the optic nerve to your brain. But with age, these tiny capillaries can stiffen, narrow, or become partially blocked. The result: less oxygen, less nutrition, and slowly the cells in your retina and optic nerve begin to starve. That's when you might start noticing the early signs: blurry vision, poor contrast, a slower adaptation to light, or even blind spots. This is where ginkgo makes a difference. Studies have shown that compounds in ginkgo, particularly flavonoids and terpenoids, help dilate blood vessels, reduce blood viscosity, and improve microvascular circulation. In plain English, it helps blood move more freely through your tiniest vessels, the ones that feed your retina, your macula, and your optic nerve. One study published in the journal Glaucoma followed patients with early-stage visual field loss after taking a Ginkgo biloba extract daily. Many of them experienced improvement in their peripheral vision. Researchers believe this is because better blood flow meant more oxygen and nutrients reached the optic nerve, allowing it to function better, or at the very least, slow its decline. And there's more. The macula, the part of your retina responsible for central vision, is incredibly sensitive to oxidative stress damage caused by free radicals. Ginkgo's antioxidants help neutralize these radicals, preventing them from degrading the macula's delicate photoreceptor cells. That's a key step in slowing the onset of macular degeneration, a major cause of vision loss in seniors. I had a patient, Harold, who was 71 years old and came to me after his optometrist told him his intraocular pressure was rising, which are early signs of glaucoma. He felt like the floor had dropped out from under him. "I don't want to go blind, Doc," he told me. "I still want to drive. I still want to read." We added a pharmaceutical-grade Ginkgo extract, 120 milligrams a day, along with screen time breaks and more leafy greens. After 6 months, his eye pressure had stabilized, and more importantly, his contrast sensitivity had improved, meaning he could see more clearly, even in dim light. He told me for the first time in years, I don't dread going to the eye doctor. Ginkgo won't work overnight, but for older adults, especially those with poor circulation or early signs of vision loss, it can help restore the flow of life-giving nutrients to the most fragile parts of your eye. And it all starts with better blood flow. Up next, we'll look at a brilliant golden spice, not just for cooking, but one that's clinically proven to protect your vision at the cellular level and support the health of your macula. Now let's talk about a spice that's been treasured for thousands of years, not just for its vibrant color and flavor, but for something far more precious, its power to protect your vision. I'm talking about saffron, the golden thread from the crocus flower. It might surprise you, but saffron isn't just for fancy risottos. It's actually one of the most clinically studied herbs for macular degeneration, and the results are impressive. Let me explain. Inside your eye is a small area called the macula. It's responsible for sharp central vision, the kind you use for reading, driving, and recognizing faces. The macula is your visual bullseye. And in age-related macular degeneration, or AMD, that bullseye begins to break down. You don't go blind all at once. Instead, your world slowly starts to blur at the center. You might notice straight lines looking wavy, faces become fuzzy. Eventually, you may lose the ability to see fine details at all. This is where saffron steps in. And it's not just theory, it's backed by human studies. In a landmark clinical trial published in Pharmacological Research, patients with early-stage AMD were given just 20 milligrams of saffron per day. After 3 months, they showed significant improvement in visual acuity. That means they could see more clearly and detect finer detail even without glasses. And even better, their improvement was sustained over time. So how does it work? Saffron contains powerful antioxidants, specifically crocin and quercetin. These carotenoids help protect the photoreceptor cells in your retina, the very cells responsible for converting light into vision. These cells are like the film in an old-fashioned camera. Once they're damaged, the picture fades. But saffron appears to shield these cells from oxidative stress inflammation and the kind of wear and tear that comes with aging and exposure to blue light. What's even more fascinating is that saffron may enhance the function of retinal cells at a mitochondrial level, meaning it helps them produce energy more efficiently, recover from damage, and survive longer. That's crucial for maintaining good vision well into your 70s and 80s. I once worked with a retired school teacher, Maria, who was 68 and had just been diagnosed with early AMD. She was devastated. She loved reading to her grandchildren, doing crosswords and sewing. She told me, if I lose my eyesight, I lose my joy. We introduced saffron, just 20 milligrams per day in capsule form, and made a few diet upgrades to include more leafy greens and healthy fats. At her 6-month follow-up, not only had her vision stabilized, but she said, "I don't squint at my sewing kit anymore." Now, to be clear, saffron isn't a cure. But for many seniors with early macular changes, it can slow the progression, reduce symptoms like glare sensitivity, and in some cases, sharpen the image your brain receives. It's safe, it's natural, and it works at the source, the retina. And here's something most people don't know. Saffron doesn't need to be expensive. You can find high-quality saffron supplements standardized for crocin content at many health food stores or online, often for less than $1 a day. So if you're struggling with AMD or you just want to protect the sharpness of your central vision, saffron could be a golden key. But there's one more herb I want to show you. And this one is the heavy lifter when it comes to fighting inflammation, especially for people with diabetes-related eye damage. It's bright yellow, and chances are it's already sitting in your kitchen right now. Turmeric, the anti-inflammatory powerhouse. Now let's move on to the third and final herb in today's guide, and it's one I'd bet many of you already have in your kitchen cabinet. It's called turmeric, that golden yellow spice you've seen in curry dishes. It contains a compound called curcumin, and this single nutrient might be one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories we know, especially when it comes to protecting your vision as you age. Let me explain why. As we get older, inflammation becomes a silent threat inside the eyes. It may not hurt. You may not feel it happening, but chronic low-grade inflammation slowly damages the retina, the blood vessels, and even the optic nerve. The same way a slow drip of water can erode rock over time. This inflammation is one of the key drivers behind serious eye conditions like age-related macular degeneration (AMD) and diabetic retinopathy, two leading causes of vision loss in seniors. So where does turmeric come in? Curcumin in turmeric has been shown to suppress the exact inflammatory pathways that damage eye tissue. It works by reducing the activity of inflammatory cytokines, chemical messengers in your body that trigger tissue breakdown. In doing so, it helps protect the structure and function of the retina. But that's not all. Curcumin is also a potent antioxidant, meaning it helps neutralize the free radicals that break down sensitive cells in the eye. These unstable molecules are generated by everything from sunlight to pollution to the natural aging process. Left unchecked, they can damage your lens, retina, and capillaries. Now here's something most people don't realize in people with diabetes. High blood sugar causes oxidative stress and inflammation that weakens the tiny vessels in the back of the eye. This leads to diabetic retinopathy, where vision becomes blurred or lost due to bleeding fluid leakage or retinal swelling. But studies show curcumin may help reduce that vascular damage, protect retinal cells, and even improve visual function in the early stages of the disease. I'll never forget my patient Roger, who was 65 and had been living with type 2 diabetes for over a decade. He came in complaining that streetlights had started to look fuzzy at night. His eye doctor mentioned early signs of diabetic retinopathy. We didn't wait. I had Roger start taking a curcumin supplement with black pepper extract, which helps absorption along with better blood sugar control. He also added turmeric tea to his evening routine. 3 months later, his eye pressure was down. His nighttime clarity improved, and he told me, "I feel like I've got a second chance with my vision." That's the kind of result that makes me believe in the power of consistent natural care. Now, one thing to note, curcumin doesn't absorb easily on its own. That's why many supplements include black pepper extract piperine to boost its effectiveness by up to 2,000%. So if you're buying a turmeric product, always check the label for that. You can also cook with turmeric. Just a pinch in your soups, stews, or even scrambled eggs adds not only color, but a small dose of protection. So to recap, Ginkgo boosts blood flow, saffron protects the retina, and turmeric tames the inflammation that eats away at your vision over time. Together, they form a strong, natural defense, helping your eyes work better, longer, and with more clarity. But how do you actually start using these herbs in your daily life safely and without feeling overwhelmed? That's exactly what we'll cover in the next part. A doctor's simple plan for consistent results. So now you understand how these 3 herbs work. Ginkgo improves blood flow, saffron protects the retina, and turmeric calms damaging inflammation. But how do you actually use them in daily life? Let me walk you through a simple plan that many of my patients over 60 have followed, one that's practical, gentle, and doesn't require any complicated routines. First, let's talk about the format. For most people, supplements are the easiest way to take these herbs consistently. You don't need to cook or measure anything. Just choose the right dose and timing. For Ginkgo, I recommend a standardized extract of around 120 milligrams a day. You can take it once in the morning with breakfast or split it into 2 doses, morning and afternoon if that feels better for you. For saffron, look for a capsule that provides about 20 milligrams per day. This is the amount used in most clinical studies for vision. You'll often find it labeled as Afron, or a high-grade saffron extract. It works best when taken with food. so pairing it with lunch or dinner is a good idea. For turmeric, the most important thing is absorption. Choose a supplement that includes black pepper extract, also called piperine, because it helps your body absorb the curcumin. A typical daily dose ranges from 500 to 1,000 milligrams. Just like saffron, turmeric should be taken with a meal that includes some healthy fat, like olive oil, eggs, or avocado, to help it absorb properly. Once you've chosen your supplements, keep them somewhere visible, like next to your toothbrush or morning tea, so you don't forget. I often suggest using a pill organizer, especially if you're already taking other medications. Beyond the herbs themselves, there are two small lifestyle changes that can make a big difference. The first is gentle movement. Just 15 to 30 minutes of walking outside each day supports your circulation and reduces inflammation naturally. If you can do it in the morning or late afternoon sunlight, even better. Your eyes benefit from adjusting to distance color and natural contrast in the environment. The second habit is managing screen time. If you watch television, use a phone, or read on a tablet, try the 20-20-20 rule. That means every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for at least 20 seconds. It gives your eye muscles a chance to relax and helps reduce the strain that builds up from long periods of focusing. Now here's the part many people underestimate: consistency. These herbs are nigh instant fixes. But if you use them daily and give your body 6 to 12 weeks, you may start to notice real improvements. Things like less eye fatigue, clearer focus, and even better night vision are common when the eyes are finally getting the support they need. And of course, if you're on any medications or managing chronic conditions, check with your doctor or eye specialist before starting these herbs, especially if you take blood thinners or medication for diabetes or glaucoma. These herbs are generally safe, but it's always wise to get medical input that's personal to your case. In the end, protecting your eyes doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't need a dozen supplements or a strict diet. Just 3 powerful herbs used regularly can form a strong, natural foundation for better vision and a more confident, independent life. As we wrap up, there's one final truth I want to share with you, one that could shift the way you see your future. I want to speak to you not just as a doctor, but as someone who has walked beside many older adults through this very same journey. I know how quietly vision loss can creep in, how one day you reach for your glasses more often, and the next you avoid reading fine print altogether. I know the moment when faces become blurry in dim light, when street signs seem too far to trust, and when you quietly wonder, is this just how it goes now? But here's what I want you to hold on to. This is not the end of the road. Your eyes, your brain, your circulation. They're still listening, still responding, still waiting for a little help to start healing. You are not powerless, and you are not alone in this. Every day I see seniors who thought they had to accept decline until they made one small change. Sometimes it's a supplement, sometimes a habit, but that one shift opens the door to something bigger: hope. Because even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, healing can still happen. Clarity can still return. And with the right care, your world can quite literally become brighter again. So don't put it off another year, not another month, not even another week. Start today. Not because you're afraid, but because your eyes deserve to be cared for with the same love and attention you've given to everyone else your whole life. If this message resonated with you, I'd be honored if you left a comment below. Tell me what you're going through, or just share what helped you. You never know who else might need to hear it. If there's a topic you want me to explore: cataracts, dry eyes, glaucoma, nutrition, just let me know. This channel exists for you. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you'll subscribe so we can keep walking this journey together. One step, one habit, one clear-eyed day at a time. Thank you for being here. Take care of your eyes, and they'll take care of you.